Alright guys, I am in the kitchen just for a very short while with a quick dish. I'm making a skillet. This is an all-purpose skillet. Very often if I have a hungry man in the house and no plans, I can throw together these ingredients and any protein that I have around, whether it be Polish sausage, a sausage link. Generally I do something like leftover ham. I keep it in the freezer. And I will just dice ham in this. You could do bacon. It's a skillet. So these are the main ingredients. And eggs, of course. Let's get started. So off camera, I dropped a dozen eggs and had to get that cleaned up. Here we have bell pepper and onion sweating for the skillet. I mentioned that it's an all-purpose skillet. You could go with no protein, diced potatoes. I like Yukon Gold. It's just for the man, the mister. So we've got just 3 eggs for him, the 3 that didn't break. Usual suspects, butter, and you know me, I like a little lard. So we're going to sweat these down some and wait for the onions to go translucent and the bell pepper to soften, so that when you bite into the bell pepper you taste it but not necessarily feel it in this particular dish. Going for flavor. So I'm going to salt and pepper these, and when they've begun to cook a little bit more, then I will add the potato, get the potato nice and soft, and then the egg is the final egg and cheese. Keep watching. So I'm not looking for any color here at all, and they don't have to completely cook through because I am about to add the potatoes. They need a little time to, I like them to crisp out on the outside a little bit, and then I want them to be creamy and kind of mushy on the inside. And in order to achieve that, I have to turn the fire up higher and add the potatoes and let them get that color and the crispiness, and then we'll put a lid on them to let the insides cook, which is when we'll get that creamy mushiness. Alright, so I've got the potatoes in here, and the skillet is turned up pretty high. Now I had to do some impromptu thinking and add a little fat here, because this is not the point where I want these potatoes to steam. And because the skillet is a little small and I'm going to use every bit of my ingredients, they would tend to steam. But I added fat, and to this high flame, I'm going to get more of that crisping that I want, because I don't want them to start to cook on the inside just yet. First, I want the crispiness to achieve some crispiness on the outside. When I flip them, I'll be sure that you see. So the fat that I've added is lard and butter. I should note that these potatoes are seasoned with my own house seasoning. That's salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and thyme. Those are suspects that are always in my kitchen, so I use them all the time, all purpose for everything. I may have been a little impatient here, but this is after one flip. I hope you can see what's happening there. Those potatoes are cut that's a nice little dice. So they're going to cook quickly. This is a really quick dish. I'm always talking about quick dishes, but we still get a homemade flavor and not standing forever. Again, this is after the first flip, and I'll probably flip them one more time and then add a lid so that we can get them cooked through. You can see that potato. Brown on the outside, but not cooked through. So we'll get them cooked through, then add the egg, and this is a side dish today for some protein, because I got the infamous, "What'd you cook?" So I had to get something on the table. I'll show you when we're done. So I had to walk away and be patient, and this is what you get for your patience. this particular stage, for this particular dish, you need the potatoes to be completely fork tender. You can't have them be al dente or partially cooked, because the rest of this process is going to go pretty quick. So these are fork tender, completely ready to eat for the most part if I chose to stop this dish at this point. However, never. Gonna add a couple of eggs. I decided to go with only 2 because of the size of that skillet. Gonna get these eggs in and finish this dish up. So we've got the egg in, and we're winding up to the end of this dish. I like to let some of it set around the edges and then go in like this to cook the balance. Listen, sometimes I separate the white from the yolk and make this into a huge, beautiful omelet. Here we are just going for the skillet. I'm going to let you see how it looks when we put cheese on top and call the dish done. Alright guys, I told you this was going to be a quick one. So here we are with a skillet, potato skillet. We've got no protein in here. So there's bell pepper, onion that we sweated, and cooked some diced Yukon Gold until they were completely fork tender. Added 2 eggs and let them cook, and put some shredded cheese on top and called it a day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy.